welcome back. I hope you're still with me. And now we can look at all these colors. So I have put them into an arrangement and I will explain in a second what we have here. I also have two extra colors which I can't fit into the screen, and these are the rutile yellow and Turner's yellow. So you can see if I just put them here, they don't really go into any of these color groups. We basically have the lemon yellows here, we've got the cadmium yellows over here, we've got the nickel azos here, and then we have the quinacridone golds over here. And then to finish off, we have some sort of like a new gamboge equivalent right here. And then obviously these colors are a separate group of their own. So hopefully you can see that. I have also swatched the other two, which I will keep for the oranges, but just to make you understand, these are definite peaches. So right next to these colors, they are very, very peachy. And side by side, we have Mijello, Mission Gold, June Brilliant #1, and then Holbein HWC June Brilliant #2. And you can see they're pretty much almost the same thing. But hopefully that gives you a better understanding of these colors as well. Okay, so what do we have? We have got a lovely arrangement, and basically all of these four colors are the PY3 colors. So they're all lemon yellow, but different in terms of brand. And you can see that, for instance, if I bring them up closer, hopefully you could see the slight difference. So what we have here, maybe I should just put them in a little fan. We have got what I would say is the most typical lemon yellow is the Schmincke one. And the Sennelier lemon yellow right here. So Schmincke is actually not very light fast. It's only 3 stars out of 5. Whereas the Sennelier is 3 out of 3, so it was supposed to be most light fast. So this color here, the Mijello lemon yellow, is a little bit too warm to be a lemon yellow in my opinion, and it's got 4 out of 5 stars. Another color that claims to be light fast is, or like fully light fast, is 3 out of 3 stars, and it's the White Nights lemon yellow. I'd say it's in between the Mijello and the Schmincke in Sennelier. So from this little test, if you wanted the most light fast and a color that sort of is very representative of the PY3, I would say Sennelier lemon yellow. In terms of transparency, all of them are fairly transparent, except for the White Nights, that seems to be not so much. And Schmincke, actually, at this right end here, also not very transparent compared to Sennelier, which seems to be very, very transparent. So those are our lemon yellows. Now we have a concoction of sort of colors that are named differently, and they're not exactly the same, but I have a cadmium yellow light, which is a PY35, and next to a Mijello, which is a permanent yellow light. You can see that this is now starting to go towards a more orange here. We also have the White Nights Hansa yellow, which at this point I don't know any details about, but it's actually very comparable to the permanent yellow light by Mijello. Next color group we have here is all PY150, and they all look slightly different. In terms of light fastness, the least is apparently Schmincke, 4 stars out of 5, although that's also very good. but the rest are top. So one for Daniel Smith Nickel Acer Yellow, and one for Daniel Smith Indian Yellow, and also White Nights Indian Yellow, 3 out of 3. Again, that is what each of those brands are telling us, but the best thing to do is to do your own light fastness tests. Now, these colors are completely transparent compared to, for instance, to the lemon yellows, which had ever so slight residue on top at their most transparent. So you can see that these colors are 100% transparent and they're very vibrant. Side by side, the most yellow out of them is the Indian Yellow, and the most kind of darkest out of them would have to be the White Nights Indian Yellow. So in this order, I'd say. Next we have the PO48 and PY150, and they are actually called very similarly. So we have the M.Graham Nickel Quinacridone Gold, and we have Quinacridone Golds by Daniel Smith and Co. And you can see all three are very different because yeah, there are 2 pigments involved. But being quinacridones, it means all 3 are very transparent and they have a beautiful luminosity coming through from that PY150. So the lightest would be M.Graham and the deepest would be Core. Light fastness, M.Graham and Daniel Smith are both 1 and Core is a 2. Next color mix that is identical is the PY150 and PR101, along with that plus PR206 for Sennelier. So these are the Quinacridone Golds, but they're all named slightly different across the company. So we have Schmincke Quinacridone Gold Hue, we have White Nights Indian Gold, and we have Quinacridone Gold by Sennelier. I'd say Sennelier's is the deepest and the lightest would be the Schmincke, and they are top of the light fastness is White Nights and Sennelier according to their tube details or their paint details, and then 4 out of 5 for Schmincke. Then we have 4 colors which to me are pretty much looking very similar, and these are all kind of very different except for these 2. They're the same pigments, but they're called different things. So let's start with Sennelier. That's probably the lightest of them. I'm thinking. So no, these colors are. So the New Gamboge by Daniel Smith and Sennelier Yellow Deep are very close together, but that's on the big swatch. But when I'm looking on this strip, actually the New Gamboge is more orange than the Yellow Deep. The pigments here are PY153 for Sennelier, and Daniel Smith is PY97 and PY110. Both of them are top light fastness. Another color that's very close to these colors is Schmincke Chromium Yellow Hue Deep, and that's a PY65. Light fastness wise is not doing very well. It's 3 stars out of 5, which is still reasonable, but just to let you know, it's not top. And then the most orange out of them, the same pigment, PY65, is the Mijello Mission Gold Permanent Yellow Deep, and it's got 4 stars out of 5 for light fastness. In terms of opacity levels, the one that is the most transparent is Daniel Smith New Gamboge, followed by Schmincke's Chromium Yellow Hue Deep. And then I would say it's Sennelier Yellow Deep, and the most opaque is Mijello Mission Gold Permanent Yellow Deep. So that's this color group for you. And then finally, let's look at these two colors side by side. We have both of them 4 stars out of 5. Both of them are from Schmincke. It's Turner's Yellow versus Rutile Yellow. And they're very similar in terms of the opacity. And it's PY 216 for Turner's Yellow and PY 53 for Rutile Yellow. Rutile Yellow is lighter and Turner's Yellow is more yellow, but basically they're very, very, very similar in the sense of color. So I hope you found it useful. I really have enjoyed swatching all of them. I think I'm losing my voice by now. I have no idea how long this video will take and how many parts it will be, but that's our yellows done. I'll take a little breather and a little break, and then I will be looking into the oranges, which I believe we have about 19 or thereabouts. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.